which could be open this afternoon or tomorrow, finally, after all this time. What's today, the 19th? It's a month late. A month late. It's just crazy. A month late, the pool is getting open. But at least it's opening. Let me just get all this sorted. And then I will continue. Okay. Couple of more. Let's see if this went live. I don't know. This one's live. We're definitely live on TikTok. And tomorrow the Bishop has Shaman, Willie Windwalker coming back. They're going to be talking about paranormal stuff, as it's always awesome when they do that. Wendigo, Skinwalkers, stuff like that. Tonight, John Burroughs will be on the UAP Crossfire show. Okay, what am I missing? This one. And then we're going to get into the weather and other things. I might game. I don't know. That's to be determined. Okay, we're all set up. Very good. And like I said, good morning. And let's see everybody popping into TikTok. Sandy, Mick, Doug. Lena, is that? Linda. Oh, I don't know about that. I haven't even checked the weather yet. I'm just starting to get sorted here. Well, let's see what's going on here then. Firefox. Let's hide Firefox. And let's get Radar Omega. Now, why isn't Radar Omega showing? This thing is bizarre, I tell you. Radar Omega's there. Show. Why isn't Radar Omega showing? See, this thing is glitchy. It drives me nuts. It was just working. Now I gotta do it over. Where is Radar Omega? It's on my screen. Let's try to reopen it. It's acting up. I just had it. Let's cancel this. Radar Omega. Okay, it's up. Now. Show. This is too funny. Here we go. There we go. Okay. There are no alerts yet. No alerts. But let's zoom out and see where they're saying the areas of concern are. We're supposed to get severe thunderstorms today here. Yeah, we're in the threat. The East Coast. And yes, there is possibility of isolated tornadoes. Even up here, oh my gosh, even where I'm at. Up to Poughkeepsie, New York, all the way down through Jersey, Maryland, Richmond, Virginia, D.C. You had that's not good. Potential for tornado. But potential for severe thunderstorms go all the way down to North Carolina and all the way up throughout the state of New York. Vermont, Maine, northwestern Maine, parts of Massachusetts. So yeah, Connecticut. Look at this severe thunderstorm possibility. All up in here. Now, could there be potential? Of course. That's not going to say it's going to happen. Got to see how it plays out. It's saying here that we might have severe thunderstorms here. Alexa, what's the weather for today? Let's see what it says.
It's a sunny day with a high of 91 and a low of 63. Expect some afternoon thunderstorms with a 70% chance of rain.
Earlier it said there's a chance of severe. So right now, there are no alerts on the screen. None. I can move this down so you could see this more like that. There are no alerts. These are flash flood. There are no severe alerts right now. So I wouldn't be concerned. This is what they're dealing with down here. Hurricane Eric. Winds 125. Right in there. And it's projected to go up through Mexico here. So this is not a U.S. concern, obviously. There's another area to watch here. There's a low chance for development. Everything else is quiet. So really, it's about here today. But there's also another severe possibility. It's hard to see it. But you see this line here? See that? Oh, you can't see my cursor. But anywhere that's outlined in that orange line, possibility of, but that bright, I should have put the cursor. Let me see if I could redo this. Settings. TikTok Live, using that as a streaming platform is a little dicey. It's not like OBS Streamlabs, which is so much easier. But it is what it is. Okay, I just put the caption. Oh, there we go. So again, you could see the possibility of isolated tornadoes here. From Richmond all the way up to where I am. So southeastern New York, Jersey, Philly, DC, of course Maryland, and all the way down to, like I said, Richmond, Virginia. But the severe weather envelops this whole area. A higher risk, 15. This one on the outside is lower. This box goes, so it's a 5%. So see it? This thing is all over the place. But there's a less chance, 5%. But in here, it's a higher percent. And 30% chance in there, in the red. So you got to be careful today with the weather. What's going on? Ponca City. There's nothing going on right now. Where is Ponca City? Where is that located? Because I'm not aware of that location. Ponca City, what? Oklahoma? That's Ponce City. What is it? Ponca City? I don't see that. All right, Ponca, Arkansas? Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about. Ponca City, Ponca. I don't see, unless you tell me the state. I don't know what you're talking about. It's got to be more than that. If this is in Arkansas, there's nothing going on right now. Because when I typed in Ponca City, there wasn't much coming up as a location. So, I don't know. I'll try it again, but that's what nothing really came up with. Ponca City. As I'm typing it in. Polka City, Oklahoma. Let's see. There's nothing going on in this area. Nothing. Let me try the Wichita radar. Nothing. Zero. Everything's to the east coast, to the east. Switch to Andy, you know I send my prayers to you and your mom and uncle. You know that. As we've known each other for over a decade. But yeah, like I said, most of the activity is East Coast, really. Now we should go to Windy, which should be fun. Let's try Windy. That's weird how that's still staying up on the screen. That's pretty bizarre. All right, let's hide radar Omega. What is that? I don't even know what that's sharing. It sure isn't Firefox. What the heck is that? All right, we've got some issues. Let's try to fix that. I don't even know what that is. Kick? It's showing that screen all the way over there with all the pop-outs. That's bizarre. Oh, come on. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, my gosh. This is ridiculous with this. It really is. I can't even tell you how ridiculous what I'm going through with this platform. Restricted? For what? Somebody needs to buy the company. Somebody needs to do something about this because it's just overboard. Really overboard. Okay, let me see. Here's the low pressure up here. So this front's gonna come through. There's a lot of warm air coming up. Oh, come on, now the phone. Jeez. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, the guy from last position is fixed my dishwasher. Do you want to do the air conditioner real quick now, or do you want to wait till later?
Let's, are you going out?
No, I'll be here. I'm just gonna go out and cut the lawn, so.
All right, cut the look, because I just started live streaming. So, get the, do you have the air conditioner on the cart still?
Yeah, and I'm building into the room. It's all set, so I'll have to.
All right, so then, as soon as, give me like an hour, like noon. Do your thing and then call me and I'll come and help you put the air conditioner in the window.
Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, because I want to cut the lawn before the rain comes.
Yeah, we're supposed to get maybe severe thunderstorms.
Yeah, so I want to do that real quick. All right.
All right,
I will
call
you
me.
when I'm done.
All righty,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
Neighbors helping neighbors. This is what I talk about all the time. It's a lovely thing when it works that way. He gets his, wow. So tomorrow, Andy, that happens. Anyway, I have to go help my neighbor in a little while. Okay, here's that energy coming up this afternoon. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a lot of energy coming in. That's this afternoon. Let me check the radar. See, the storms are way off to here still. So there's some a nasty line down in here. Mississippi, Alabama, parts of Tennessee. Nah, yeah, you could say that. There's some more up here in Kentucky. And all this is coming our way to the East Coast. So this afternoon could get... What am I getting an appeal? What is going on? I can't share my screen? I'm showing weather. My gosh, what's going on here? It's bizarre. So right now, the majority of the storms are here. Northern Mississippi and Alabama. But there was some up here? No, not really. Okay, so really here's the activity right now. As of right now. Wow, Andy. Well, I still got the candle lit. Mom and I lit a candle for all. Well, I wrote only you and Mom's name because you didn't tell me your uncle's name. So I wrote it to you and Sheila. Let me just see. I want to look at the radar Omega. This thing is a little glitchy. It's weird. It's like I gotta pull it up and now it's not sharing. There it goes. Just bizarre. And I pay for both. I pay for Radar Omega and I pay for Windy. This is the gold version. And I'm getting notices. Gordon. Okay. I'll add that to the piece of paper that's over there. But yeah, this is where the activities. But let's look at the radar in here. Let me see if I could find one close by. Yeah, there they go. So this is where the storms are right now. And they're moving east, southeast. We'll put this in motion. Wow. Look at that coming down. It's actually, a lot of these are heading south. These are heading more east. But they're just dropping here to the south. They're just coming down. Look at that. So that's right now. But there are no severe alerts. Flash flooding probably from this. Wow, what is this? Hours away. Flash flooding, what the heck? This is by me. Oh, that's up in Canada. Let me look at that again. Is it all up there? No. Whoa. So this is flash flooding. Up here, a lot of rain. But that's way up. That's in Canada. Let's see what these special weather statements are. Yep, Mississippi, that's... Wow, that's headed right toward them. Right down there. Now, I got something. First of all, let me just go into that a little bit. The bishop. He's got a show tomorrow. Because I just set it up for him, Mr. Producer. Native American paranormal topics with shaman Willie Windwalker. Badlands Skinwalkers Wendigos. And then this is the description, because I write his descriptions. That I do that. So if you have complaints, come to the Mr. Producer. Tonight's discussion delves into chilling and mysterious Native American legends as shaman Willie Windwalker returns to explore the supernatural across the Badlands. Topics include encounters with skinwalkers, the terrifying lore of Wendigos, and other powerful spiritual forces rooted in indigenous tradition. So that's the Bishop's show for tomorrow. Tonight, UAP Crossfire, John Burroughs. Last week, it was kind of bizarre because everything was going down that night. So there was just a lot going on. So tonight, Radiation, Rendlesham, and the Fight for Truth, the John Burroughs story. Retired U.S. Air Force security policeman. Rendlesham Forest witness, UAP injury advocate, because he is. Because he suffered an injury at Rendlesham. And I'm going to read the description. This is at 8 p.m. tonight on KGRA-DB. On this powerful episode, we sit down with retired U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant John F. Burroughs, a central figure in one of the most compelling UFO encounters in military history, the Rendlesham Forest incident of December 1980. So he's going to go into the whole thing, his new book with Toby Martinez. I'll read a little bit more. Burroughs recounts the chilling events of that Christmas night while stationed at RAF Bentwaters in England, when a routine patrol turned into a close encounter with a mysterious craft emitting intense light and radiation. That's the key right there. What followed would alter the course of his life. Severe health complications, years of denial from military institutions, and a groundbreaking legal battle that culminated in the first ever VA Disability Award for injuries sustained during a confirmed UAP incident. This is why he's such in high in demand, because there are others out there that are trying to say, I'm like John Burroughs. I have a lot of things similar to John Burroughs. There's only one John Burroughs. Let's make that clear. Not like, I'm like John. No, you're not John. Because, you know, I'm not going to get into the details. But they've been trying to get John, congressional members, to do something over there. That's all I'm going to say. That's for John to discuss tonight. He can get into that and all the UAP technology that might be related, but it could be our technology being used to test on our own military bases. Some people say that's BS. They're just using that as a cover-up excuse that it really is going on, and they're just saying that now. That's not to say that it didn't happen in a couple of instances. They're not saying it happened across the board, but there are people out there like, that's BS. So people have to reach their own conclusions. And we explore how official denial and classified programs kept the truth buried, and why Burroughs continues to fight for accountability, not just for himself, but for the countless other veterans with similar unacknowledged experiences. A lot of veterans have difficulty getting full disability, medical coverage. I know a friend that was here for Pine Bush, my friend Jade. It took him a while to get 100%. And thank God he has it now. Thank God. But it took him. I'm not going to go into details, but someone that I know currently is going through heck dealing with the VA. It's unbelievable how long it's taking him to go get the necessary testing and see doctors. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he's a host on one of the shows on the network. And he's currently going through a lot. So I send my love to him and his wife, if just in case he might be watching, which I don't think he'd be watching on Facebook. You know, he's going to be talking about the injuries. It's going to be a heck of a show tonight. First-hand account, topics covered, first-hand account of the Rendlesham Forest encounter. Of course, maybe some footnotes, and maybe he'll go into more in depth in the topics of the book, because there will be more. There will be another book. This is just the first. The next one's going to be, woo! Anyway, like I said, I'm not speaking for Mr. Burroughs, but, you know, I speak with him, and he's an awesome person, and I can't say enough of how this guy's up front. Long-term medical effects from radiation exposure, because he did. Government stonewalling and the fight for VA recognition, yes. A lot of people go through that, as I just mentioned. Project Condign in the UK's hidden UAP research, because supposedly that's their Area 51. Why congressional silence continues to endanger veterans. I mean, they got to do something. But it's a call to action for transparency and truth. And again, like I said, he's going to be talking about certain things that in the book. So that's tonight at 8 p.m. Good morning, Jim. I was out in the garden. It is humid out. I'm working on the pool. I got to go out there in a second. It's finally getting there. I may have it open by this afternoon. Definitely by tomorrow. And I am betting we're going to get. Yes, that's what they're saying. We're in a severe thunderstorm watch area. What? Because I just put seed and it always washes my seed out. Oh man. Well, hopefully it won't pour, where it ponds the water and washes it all out. I hope that doesn't happen to you. You know what you should do? Jim, you don't have you don't have the, you know that stuff, I have a roll of it, that covers for weeds. It's, you know, that weed material that you put, you should try to get a roll of that quick and put it over the seeds, because water still seeps through it, just to protect your seeds. That weed shield thing, you know, that it comes in a roll like this long, 3 feet, and you put it over that area. I would do that. Just to try to protect the seeds from washing out. I would do that. That might work. It's better than leaving the dirt exposed and it washes, all that washes away. You have a better chance with the, yeah, it's a membrane, Andy, yes. It's like a mesh, but it allows the water to just go through it. So I would definitely suggest you get that. If you're still here, Jim. I know I was going off on a rant. And I got to go help my neighbor in an hour with her pool. I mean, with her air conditioner put in her window. Because that's what neighbors do. We help each other. All right, so now, the bishop, I got to put TikTok over here because I'm looking on that screen. Because TikTok, I have 4 monitors. 1, 2, 3, 4. TikTok was on monitor 2. And I feel like I'm staring this way and you're seeing the side of my head. So I had to put it on monitor 3. I can still see all the pop-outs for the other one. And you can still see the stuff going on this screen, but I want to keep an eye. So yeah, we're in the, Jim, we're in that zone today. We're in that zone. Let me just minimize my camera again so you could see. We're in this severe zone here. But the red is 30, it's a higher percent. And you never know with isolated tornadoes. So we gotta watch our weather today, this afternoon. And it's sunny now, so the heat is building. That's just fuel because the heat rises, the humidity, instability, storms. So the recipe is right, like you said, the recipe is happening right now to develop strong storms for later. So the bishop says, Bill, I got something for you for Yankee stuff, and you're going to flip out. Because that's what he does. Because that's the kind of person he is. I haven't opened it yet. I got here yesterday. I have used plastic, all the roads in the garden. It's 60 feet road, 30 inches wide. All the roads in the garden are the same size. They're 30 inches wide by 60. Wow. Wow, you got a massive garden, dude. I don't have the time. I have the property. I just don't have the time to do that. 60 feet long, 30 inches wide. Wow. That would take up like a lot of my side of my property here if I tried to do something like that. We're not complaining about anything, Amo. We're just talking weather. I'm not getting into the other topic at all. At all. I will say this. And I'm going to remove Windy right now. I mean, I better not. I better put that back. I'll just read it. Because it looks like a certain platform has an issue of me sharing screens to provide information. It's restricting my stream. For sharing information, weather information. I don't even know what to make of it, to be honest. I don't. So I've been checking since last week, since this happened overseas. Brent crude, which is one of the things you use. There's other top oil. You could look at Exxon. You could look at so many. But I've been watching the prices. Last week it was in the mid 60s. Last I checked last night it was 76. And there's one site I like, but now it figures I can't find it. On my phone, no problem. Wow, it went up. It's at 78.49 now. See, you have to watch the markets because the markets are, and people, check this out. I was getting messages on TikTok. First one said, no, it won't. Oh, yes, it will. Then they're blaming the UK. It's a global watch. It affects the markets, period. And then they said, well, we don't get our oil from that country. It doesn't matter. It affects the global markets. And the companies here look at the global market and they increase their prices too. Just because we don't depend on theirs doesn't mean that ours won't go up. I don't understand how people's logic. Maybe they need to do more research on how the market works and how it affects the global market. But I'm like, okay, whatever you say. I'm not here to argue with anyone, or that's your opinion, fine. But if certain things happen and we get engaged, and I say we as our country, that price is going to go up. And God forbid the Strait of Hormuz gets shut down for any reason, where a lot of the oil moves through. Like a quarter of the global supply comes through that area. You may not say the United States gets it from that area, but the rest of the world does, and the markets are going to reflect it. And when the markets do that, just like anything else, they'll raise the prices here. It would be silly to say, well, if the barrel is going up still, this is not a good thing what I'm looking at right now. It was 76 flat last night when I went to bed. It's 78 and it's going up. Now I went to 78.56. The market is unsure of what's going on in the Middle East. And if I'm watching it, it's already up 2.43%. If those numbers just skyrocket, that means they are expecting something to happen. It's a good gauge to watch. So already it's up 78.55. And I can't show the graph because I'll get in trouble. On May 7th, it was $61. Let's go back to last week. Okay, what's today? The 19th? On June 10th, it was 66. And then it hit the fan. It's up $12 since June 10th. So don't tell me it's not going to go up. It's logical. And if really the, you know what, proverbial thing hits the fan, forget it. This is going to go way up. It could hit 100. Probably more like 90. It's going up still. Now it's at 78.81. It's climbing this morning. Constant climbing this morning. That's not a good indicator. Now it's at 78.89. It's still going up. Also, it's not going to affect us? You don't think that's not going to affect us? The price is going up? You better believe it will. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to go up by 30 cents, but it's going to go up. So keep an eye on that. That's all I'm saying. Keep an eye on that. And people are saying, well, that's your only concern? That's one of so many concerns to think about. Somebody made that comment. Oh, that's what you're concerned about, the markets? Not the possibility of a global conflict? Of course, that goes without saying. That's common sense. That doesn't have to even be mentioned. I mean, really, of course, duh. Nobody wants to see a global war. Nobody wants to see a regional conflict. No one wants to see mass loss of life. And does anybody want to see that? Does anybody get pleasure seeing what's going on? There's innocent people on all sides. I sure don't want to see it. And I'm sure there's a lot of Americans that do not want to get involved. So again, the ramifications of is right now. It's so unpredictable. Nobody really knows what could happen. There's so many things. Things could happen in our own country domestically. That's just, and I'm not going to get into it. And I'm really careful when I'm on TikTok. That's why I stick to certain topics and I won't go talking about other things. Just realize how much China depends on oil, though they're coming down from Iran. Oh. Not now. So, it's a global situation. It's not good. Oh, he's coming on soon? Tusi? Oh, he's the man. Tusi's the man. I can't wait till he maybe opens up Tusi Tavern in Tehran. Andy knows what I'm talking about. And he seems like a really cool guy, too. Tusi TV. He seems like a really cool dude. He looks like a dude that I would hang out and have a good time with and just talk. He looks like he's a character. Intelligent. Definitely an intellect. But he looks like somebody I would definitely hang out with. But anyway, getting back to this, because I'm getting off that topic. I'm not going to get involved with that. There's plenty of streamers and podcasters and TV that are talking about what's going on over there. I'm not going to do that here. I do want to see what the bishop sent. He sent it yesterday, but I got a surprise for him because I'm going to get him something. I ain't going to say it because he might be watching. And now I'm going to be looking for something for him. So it's a Yankee thing. I got to go. I'm not going out today. Tomorrow. I got to go get some frames. It's a Yankee thing. Wow. 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 This is making me nervous holding it. But you have to be a fan. Wow. It's a color photo of Mickey Mantle, signed by Mickey Mantle, and it's certified in the back. And there's it's certificate of authenticity, Mickey Mantle. That's official. That is official. Wow. And he was, he was younger there and he signed it. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So, thank you to the bishop for sending me this. He knows I'm a diehard Yankee fan, even though they're not doing too well right now, are they? And sorry, I said it. I knew the Panthers were going to win again. Sorry, Edmonton. It happened to you again 2 years in a row. But congratulations to the Florida Panthers. We got to put this back. I'm going to have to get a frame for that. That is gold. As a fan, that's gold. It doesn't come. Mickey Mantle, signed autograph photo of Mickey Mantle by, and that's not like an old timers day picture. That's a picture of when he probably went into the Hall of Fame and retired. It's a picture of him when he's young or younger, not like it's from an old timers game at Yankee Stadium. That's pretty cool. Hello, Alice. Which I better go outside. So we're under severe thunderstorm threat. A lot of a big part of the East Coast is under threat today. Let's just fix this. All right. So we're keeping an eye on the weather today. There are no severe alerts yet. There are some flood watches in Canada. Big time. Flood warnings. So there's some rain up here. And it might be heading, let's see which way this is heading. Yeah, it's heading northeast. So Alice, I don't know what they're saying for your weather, but there's a lot of moisture heading your direction. But it looks like there's a system here pushing it down, keeping it down. See how it's flattening out? So there's something up here that's keeping it suppressed. Could be a high pressure, could be something else up here. Let's see where else. This goes for 9.5 hours, rainfall warning. Let's try this one. It's more to the west. Wow, there's a lot of rain up there. Look at all these flash flood warnings in Canada. Wow. So just keep an eye on your weather. I don't know what they're predicting for you, Alice, but you might want to pay attention to that. And for us here, pay attention on the East Coast from Virginia points all the way north to Maine. And the more higher risk is right in here in the red. Where I am, all the way down to Richmond, Virginia, and all points in between. So watch your weather here today. I'm going to check if they're what they're saying locally. There is a lot of rain. Partly sunny, breezy, and warmer. 91. A few afternoon thunderstorms, some severe for here. Storms can bring flooding, downpours, hail, damaging wind gusts, and an isolated tornado. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's what it's saying for here. I can't share the screen because a certain platform doesn't like it. But that's not good. Heat wave to push temperatures near 100 across central eastern U.S. Damaging disruptive storms to target New York City, Philly, and D.C. This was 30 minutes ago. And Eric made landfall in Mexico City, I believe, or somewhere in Mexico as a major hurricane already. Already. A major hurricane hit Mexico. Telling you, I won't say it anymore, but I'm looking at what they're saying for here. Just like windy showing. Up and down the East Coast, severe. I'm afraid to show it because of the platform. I'll try. What the heck? Why not? Oh God, why is the settings not popping up? They could definitely do better on their platform. I don't know which one is this going to be. No, we don't want that. And maybe this apply. I don't know why it's not showing, but this is the way it is. Here we go. So there's the threat today. Right in there. Damaging disruptive storms. And there's the heat wave that's going to be coming this way. And then there's going to be some warm temperatures in here. Next week, Monday through Wednesday. Whoa, 100 here. Whoa. Ooh. 19 Celsius, mostly cloudy. What's going on now? What's going on? Oh gosh. Yes. Clear. Okay. I gotta help my neighbor. As soon as she calls me, I have to end the stream because I gotta put an air conditioner in her window. So there's some serious heat on the way. And of course, as I mentioned, Eric makes landfall in Mexico as a major hurricane with powerful winds, torrential rain. Look at that. Look at that. Already a major hurricane hit Mexico. The second hurricane in the Eastern Pacific. This is the earliest fifth named storm since 1956. Wow. It exhibited rapid strengthening as it progressed from a Cat 2 to a Cat 4. The water's warm. I keep saying about the water temperatures. The Gulf is warm. The Atlantic is warm. The Pacific over there is warm. Rapid intensification. That's why I said keep an eye out for this hurricane season. Not to say that anything's going to happen, but the ingredients are there for rapid intensification. That's what happens when you have above normal average water temperatures. No, it's not conspiracy, because that drives me nuts. Instead of going to data and science, they'll say it's weather modification, it's weaponization of HAARP or something, because they can't come to grips with admitting that this is the Earth going through a change. They just can't do it. They'll say anything else, other than going to the science. It's just baffling. They'll come out with any other excuse. It's a satellite from space. Just think about that. To rationalize that, you'll say it's a satellite in space, it's weather modification, anything else but to deal with the reality of the science. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to me at all. But they'll go off the cliff and say it's a weapon or something else. Just think of which two sound more reasonable. So some people that believe in all this stuff, they'll believe that because they're already loopy as it is. They're already lost. It's done. There's no recovery there. So it's like, come on. Stop it. But, what's it going to take? I don't know. I have no idea. No. I'm not complaining, Amal. I'm just saying, isn't it kind of bizarre? You know what I mean? Isn't it bizarre? That instead of looking at the data and the weather patterns and seeing what the causes are, they'll say it's a weapon. Oh my God. Because they can't say the other. They refuse to say the other, so they'll say anything else than to say what it really is. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. They're seeding the clouds. Even though that is something that has happened. Cloud seeding. That is factual. But, my God. Matter of fact, I want to check something. Now that I'm on this, let's just take a quick peek. Because I got to go help my neighbor really soon. She's going to call me. And then I got to go outside and work on that pool. The pool will be open by this afternoon or tomorrow. Just in time. My God. Finally. But that's another thing. It's been so cool here, below normal, that my pool is open for the first time in 20 years, a month after I usually open it. Just to be fair here. Okay, so now let's share this. I'm telling you, this is a hassle. Oh my gosh. So, here is where the hurricanes, the systems go across Africa, they come off Western Africa, and they make their journey, the low pressures. They could curve up, they can fizzle out, get sheared, or they could make their way into this warm, juicy water right in here and come up the coast, go across Mexico, go into the Gulf. So this water is very warm right now. And that's why that storm developed rapidly, because the water is really warm there. So I haven't done this in a few weeks. I want to see what the checks are. Let's check out Miami Beach first. Let's see where they're at. They are at max. Way above average. 2 degrees is a lot. Believe it or not, that's a lot. That water's warm. It's in red. It's in red. Oops. I'm trying to slide this. I don't know. No, he's not here. So you see it's in the red? It's max. It's in max levels. Not good. It's already above average. Let's try Puerto Rico, because that's the Caribbean or Caribbean. That's where the storms come in to develop, intensify. Let's try Puerto Rico. San Juan? Where is it? I'm not seeing it. Panama Beach, that's the west. Let's see what Tampa Bay looks like. The Gulf. Way above average. Way above average. They're 4 degrees above average. They're at the top. They just hit the highest. Look, 86.6. Their max is 86.5. They're already above max. That's bad. The Gulf is warm. Above normal. And this is why I said if a low pressure comes into there, it's going to rapidly intensify. Not that it's going to happen, because we have to see what develops. But the ingredients are there for rapid intensification for any storm that enters the Gulf, just from what I'm seeing. I have to check other locations. But this is not good. Miami's above max. Tampa's 4 degrees above normal. 4 degrees and we're in mid-June. That is bad. Okay, let's try Puerto Rico. Where are you? Oh my gosh. Let's try the Dominican Republic. We gotta go to the south. Huanco, whatever, Huancho? Whatever that's called. Where is it? Huancho. Where the heck is that? I'm not seeing it. Right there. Phew, they're at their max. Nope, they're at 81 actually. They're a little below average actually in Dominican Republic. And that's south. So that means the waters there are not as warm right in here. So that's good. That's actually a good thing. We'll have to check Cuba in a second. We have to see how warm the Gulf is. But I'm going to try Caracas, Venezuela, because remember, this is where the systems come in. Okay, let's go back. Venezuela. Where is it? I don't see it. Show all countries. Central America is going to be South America. Well, let's try Puerto Rico first. Let's go to south. Ponce. Let's see Ponce. They're right at average. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. As the storms come in, it's average temperature. That's good. Where the heck? But I'm more concerned about the Gulf, but I'm looking at when they come in. We should check that. The Virgin Islands. We should definitely check that. Why can't I do anything? St. Thomas. Let's just try St. Thomas. Slightly above. That's not bad. That's good. All right, let's go to Cuba. That's Africa, Central America. We're gonna have to go back. Where the hell is Cuba? Where is Havana? Cuba. What is this? Okay. See, that's a bad sign. That's what I'm worried about. The Gulf. Warm water as it enters the Gulf. Cuba. Max. So if a storm was to develop, this is what I'm concerned about, and I could see it already. So if we zoom out this map, this is the concern. Because this happened last year too. The storms were developing right in here. This water's warm. It's above average. The water here is average. It's in here that's the concern. It's above normal. This is above normal. So if a storm comes in here with this above normal water temperature, it could rapidly intensify. And who knows what would happen here. The water's above normal. It's not good. Absolutely not good. Let's try. Let's see. Tampa Bay. Forget it. Like we just checked this. Tampa Bay is up 4 degrees above normal. So I'm looking at the west coast of Florida, the Gulf side. Let's go further north. Well, we can try that. Let's try Panama Beach. Bad. See? The Gulf is warm. Bad. This is not good. And again, that doesn't mean anything's going to happen. It just means that the water's above normal and could, if a storm goes in there, a low pressure, it could rapidly intensify. Because it has very warm water to deal with. That's what happened with that hurricane that turned into a Cat 4 that hit Mexico. It rapid intensification because of the water temperatures. That's what this is all about. Let's see. What's another good spot? Let's try Texas. Oh my gosh. Texas is up. They're above. They're in the red. They're not quite at max, but they're above normal. Not by much, but still above normal. But that's coastline, Galveston. That's up in the Gulf. The storms have plenty of time to get their thing together before that happens. Let's try Key West. They're almost at max. Historical max. They're already over a degree above normal. So you could see what's going on in the Gulf here. It's not good. It's just not good. That's entering the Gulf. This one's close to max. So this is not good. Let's try July. Let's see what the water temperatures are. So already they're in July temperatures. They're already hitting July temperatures. We're in June and they're in July temperatures. Let's go to August. 86.9 is the average. 86.9. And what is it now? 84.8. Not good. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Later, Amol. I see what you wrote. Let's see. Well, on a global scale, that might be correct, Amol, but we're talking about what's going on locally. Because this is what you're looking at. Right in here. The overall picture, that may be true, but not what's going on here. So that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, the weather is going to could get dicey here today. And in a lot of places up and down the East Coast. Mid-Atlantic to Northeast. Let's be more specific here. And there is what they're saying. So the potential is for, even here, an isolated tornado. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Because we're in this red zone. We're at the very tip of it. Poughkeepsie. We're right there. So, gotta watch the weather today. If you live in any of these areas, from Richmond, Virginia, all the way up to where I live, Baltimore, D.C., Philly, New York City, Maryland, Jersey. I mean, you got to watch the weather today. But the severe risk goes all the way up to Maine, all the way down to North Carolina. Northern North Carolina. You could see it right there. It's a big area. That's today. So pay attention to your weather today. Let's see what's going on here. Wow. It says here, when it gets hot, and it's true, put down that water bottle from the... So they're saying don't keep a water bottle in your car if it's hot. That's what the Weather Channel just put up. It could be bad. There's a lot of things going on. Just checking. Oh boy. So TikTok, this is for you. Trump extends TikTok ban deadline for third time. This is what it's saying. Just kidding. This is ABC News. President Donald Trump is scheduled on Thursday to receive... Uh-oh. I don't want to read that. Right here. President Donald Trump announced this. He signed an executive order Thursday extending the deadline for TikTok's ban. ByteDance, the parent company of the social media platform, they were saying that they were going to try to shut the company down or force it to sell. That was Congress. This will be Trump's third time pausing the enforcement of the bipartisan law passed in Congress that gave ByteDance until January 19th to sell TikTok or be removed. So it's been extended another 3 months. He signed that executive order. So TikTokers, that's a little information that's coming out for TikTok. So there you go. All right. I need to get the heck off because I got to go help my neighbor and do a few other things around the house. What's up, Havoc? I do want to see. Got to keep an eye on this weather today. And I don't have the air on. It's starting to get warm in here. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
It's currently 85 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny in Newburgh, New York. The temperature feels like 98 due to the...
Wow! Feels like 98 because of the humidity. Wow! 98? Oh my gosh! 98. Okay, hold on. We don't want that on the screen. You're still seeing that screen. Live end will end in 4 minutes. Verification complete. I actually got to go to the backyard. It is beautiful out there, but it looks hot. Just looking at it, it looks hot. It looks crazy. Let's see if we can show it on TikTok. They're seeing it on the other streams. I gotta go out there. I can't figure out which one it is. This one? This is dicey using this platform. It's there, it's in the background. Okay, I gotta get rid of this one. There we go. There we go. It is hot out there. I gotta go out there for a second. I gotta check the skimmer. Oh. getting ready. That water is better than I expected. The water is 75 degrees, which I'm shocked. The water's 75. I'm shocked. It's warmer than I expected. So Bill's going in. I'm going to put the air conditioner in for my neighbor. I got my radio music ready to go. Bluetooth. That's called the Monster 4x4. That thing is loud. So it's musica time. I'm going outside. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day because I got to work tonight. So everyone enjoy your Thursday. Be safe out there. Watch your weather if you live from the mid-Atlantic up to the Northeast, along the coastal areas especially. Keep an eye on your weather. It could get dicey later. But I'm going in there. That's what I'm going to go do right now. I'm going in there. First time this year. And I got to scrub I got to scrub it. I got to clean it. The pump is going. So everybody have a great rest of your Thursday. I'll be back maybe tonight. Who knows? Anyway, love to everybody. Be well, be blessed, be safe. And see everybody later on today. Okay, we're done on that one. And now we're going to say goodbye to everybody else on all the other platforms. I'm just waiting. TikTok is done. TikTok is done. All right, so for those on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble,